Hello and welcome back to the channel everybody, and today I'm checking out the latest release for Microsoft Flight Simulator by ORBX. It's the Auckland City add-on scenery. Very excited to check this out. Being someone who does live in this city, we'll see what they have put together. Now, just a reminder to go ahead and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Costs nothing at all except just a little bit of self-respect. And just to start things off, to let you know, this is not a sponsored video. I wasn't given the scenery for free. I went and picked it up myself. So what I think I'll do is let's take a bit of a look around the main city itself, and that's where the most of the scenery is. Then I'm going to show you something pretty cool later on in the video, so stick around for that. A couple little features that I really like. But let's see how they've done in terms of recreating some of the key buildings that you're going to see down here in the Auckland waterfront. And here we are right here, right down in the middle of the city. And for those of you that travel by ferry from across on the North Shore or across Waiheke Island, you'll know the Fuller's Ferry Terminal right in here. You're docking here. There's the old ferry building. It's a real mix of old and new buildings here in the Auckland City scape, I should say. It's changed a heck of a lot in the last 20 years particularly. There goes obviously the dominating feature over here in the background, and that's the Sky Tower. Now this was built in 1995. There's a big casino and hotel at the bottom of the Sky Tower. They've done a really good job of recreating this actually. Looks pretty swish. And a few of the accompanying buildings down below. Now one thing I do really like is the fact they've put a lot of detail into some of the surrounding companies that you'll see. The AA, which is the Automobile Association in New Zealand. You got the Telco, Chorus, who look after all the internet lines, etc. in New Zealand. And then we've got the ANZ building. Now, ANZ obviously a major bank in both Australia and New Zealand. Originally, this was the tallest building in Auckland for quite a long time. It was actually the Coopers and Lybrand building when I came to Auckland nearly 30-odd years ago. But now, it's as you can see, it's dwarfed by a number of different buildings. Got the Vero building over here, and it's affectionately known as the toilet seat. As you can see, it's got the little flip-top lid there. Interesting decision there by the developers to put that together. As we move over here, got the Westpac building down below, another major bank. And as we pan right back out to the Skyscape, get it right, Mace, you'll eventually get there. You've got the PwC building, and when we go ahead and look at this at night, you'll see that that lights up. It actually has got quite a different, a number of different LED lights and patterns that actually in real life go on and off. And here goes the PwC building right here. Now it is known as the City of Sales, Auckland itself, and right down below here, you can't actually see it, but this is actually the Emirates Team New Zealand base. Obviously the America's Cup was held here last year in Auckland, New Zealand, and their base is right out of here. They back in the early 2000s, well late 1990s actually, they redeveloped this whole area and really made it look quite nice. A lot of restaurants, etc. down here. Here goes the Auckland Harbour Bridge, and it's great to see the Auckland Harbour Bridge actually looking like the Auckland Harbour Bridge in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And they've got the two flags on the top there, the Indigenous Māori flag there, and the actual New Zealand official flag right beside it there, but they fly in unison up here on the Auckland Harbour Bridge. I'm not 100% sold on these yachts here. As you can see, it's just in there. Well, that one kind of looks like it's anchored, so that's not so bad, but these ones here that are supposed to be underway, they're just sitting there. They've got the wake behind them, and I think what they've done is obviously put those in on top of the topography or the satellite image, because obviously we've got the wake there, but they kind of look a bit weird, suspended in time. They are cool looking yachts, but I'm not 100% sure about those. If we look over here, we've got these big car carriers, and you see these here in Auckland all the time. Now that is a cool looking ship for sure. And the port is very busy port, and they've done a lot of work putting some big container ships in here. Here you go, right here. And you'll see if you look closely at some of these container brands, very well known brands that you'll see on containers all around the world. And up over the back there, you've got a ton of containers just sitting there waiting to be loaded or unloaded. We move down here. This is actually from memory the Westpac helicopter base, which is a rescue helicopter. It's a charity, and it's very busy and important part. It plays a very important part in New Zealand, and it looks like the base has been somewhat recreated there. You can probably land down there if you want to. And then we've got the Coast Guard. Very busy during the summer months, particularly when a lot of people are out on their vessels. Okay, as I head over here, this is over on the North Shore, opposite side of the harbour here, and here goes our naval base. Very much a sort of coastal protection service now. We do have a couple of ships that have some decent guns on it. This is interesting here. This is F145. That looks like a Valor class frigate to me. Not a New Zealand frigate, not unless we upgraded recently. I'm out of touch with it. That could well be the case. That actually looks like a South African frigate, perhaps. Maybe someone can let us know down in the comments. And you got the inshore patrol craft right there. But a very, very small navy. Not much more than 1,000 people in it. And if we head over here, this is down the coastline on the North Shore. And this is the ferry terminal, Torpedo Bay below us. As the commuters from Devonport, this is this little city or little town underneath us. A really nice place to go and hang out once again in the summer. And then we get to Mount Victoria. And here goes one of the static placements that they've put in here. We've got the radio tower on top of there, a nice little addition. Still on the opposite side of the harbour here, and this is one thing I really like that they've done, is adjusted the topography somewhat. The tide's out at the moment, but a lot of mud flats here. But this is very tidal in this part of Auckland right here. It comes right in, and all of this is covered in with water, and sometimes now and then it floods right onto the motorway. That's the State Highway 1 there, just to the left of the picture. Now this is very, very cool right here. This is the Auckland Museum, or the War Memorial Museum. It's a really nice museum actually to go and visit. It's got some great exhibits in there, and one entire floor sort of dedicated to the war efforts, World War I, World War II, and a few of the other conflicts. So a very cool place to go in and check out not just the war exhibitions, but also a whole ton of other interesting things from nature through to history. So I'm glad that they've thrown that in there. Pretty cool. Below us right here is Spaghetti Junction, and you can tell because it looks like a big bunch of spaghetti with the big pink bike path that actually lights up at night. It'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. But a lot of people who have driven the motorway would have spent a lot of time sitting still in this part of the city. And this is what it looks like at night, everybody. See this top of the sky tower lit up, and it changes colours from time to time depending what's happening. If it's St. Patrick's Day, it lights up green. Pink Ribbon Day lights up pink, etc. But you can see the PwC building right here. It's got the red stripes going on right there. And the little bit of the harbour down here at the ferry terminal well lit up. Like I said, the sky tower itself looking very, very cool right there. Here goes the bike path that I was talking about before, and it's kind of lit up there at the moment. But it actually lights up with a bunch of different colours. You can see it when you drive through there at night. You've got the port lit up over there on the right-hand side. Some of the other logos of the major companies in here are looking really good. Really brings it to life, actually. I like it. And you've got the Harbour Bridge over there in the background, and that actually lights up too. They've just actually, not that long ago, have added a bunch of different LED lights, so it lights up a whole bunch of different colours depending on what's going on. And as we scroll right down here, here goes the cloud, which is sort of like the event centre, the one here with the purple LEDs that are disappearing depending on the angle that you look at it. Oh, that looks like they went out. Maybe they go on and off. Whoop, and that answers my question, as you can see. The light's moving there on the cloud. Now that is pretty ace. I like that. Okay, to finish things off, everybody, I just want to show you something that I really like about this scenery. Let's go and check that out now. And check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The helicopter pad here on top of the ASB building, as you can see below. A little bit of a dodgy landing there by me, but dotted around the entire city is a bunch of different helipads that you can jump on and off. A couple of private ones, as well as this commercial one on top of this building. And also down on the cruise ship, on the down on the ferry terminal there's a helipad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the final landmark, in my opinion, my favourite landmark of the city. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Eden Park, the rugby stadium here in Auckland, home of the 1987 and 2011 Rugby World Cup wins by our All Black rugby team. It's definitely changed over the years, but got to be my favourite just for sentimental reasons. But there it goes, Eden Park right there, and that's Eden Park number 2 in the background, which looks like an empty field at the moment. But a cool little addition here by the team at ORBX. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Auckland City by ORBX. It's a pretty cool little add-on, particularly if you are from the area or do enjoy New Zealand scenery. It's good to have the largest city over here represented, so well done to the team there. I'll throw a link down in the description. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you are new, Smash the like button also. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.